All right, people. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, successful, doing well, winning in life. As always. Tonight tonight is going to be a special one because I'm at the end of my tether. I'm at the very end. After what just happened this week with Trevor Zegras getting traded to the Philadelphia Flyers. And what's going on at MSG, and then you know who. Dun, 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 dun. The wannabe Indiana Jones. Let's just show him right now. Where is he? Where's the wannabe Indiana Jones? There he is. Dun, 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 dun. Focus. Is it too bright? Probably. Yeah, that's better. I can't. What's going on here? There he is. There he is. We all know who that is. Big Daddy Bollocks. Mr. Cablevision with the silver spoon. Yeah. It's a disgrace what you've done to the city. You've embarrassed us for far too long. I'm done. I'm done. And you've been allowed to get away with it because you have journalists in your pocket like that. This guy, what's his face? The Windhorse. I call him Windbag. That guy in the pocket. Boom. MSG. Getting the envelopes. All the other beat writers. And even worse, the fans who are accepting this bullshit and just allowing this corporation and this man to just run roughshod over New York City and put us in the gutter. Dude, I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired of this shit, and this needs to end right now. Trevor Zegras, I know for a fact he wanted to be a Ranger. I know people that grew up playing hockey with him. He's from New York, upstate. He wants to be a Ranger. We trade Chris Kreider to Anaheim. We don't get Zegras back. And guess what Anaheim does a couple days later? They trade Zegras to the Philadelphia fucking Flyers. How does that happen? How do you let that happen? This is Saquon Barkley all over again. Shout out Cade and Rooney every time, though. How was this allowed to happen? You want to know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? The clown upstairs wouldn't sign off on it. Chris Drury wanted Trevor Zegras. But now he's proving to be more of a yes man than I thought. Getting rid of Trouba, but like moving out Trouba and some of the other parts in like Goodrow, yeah, they were harsh moves, but I like that he was showing some minerals, some balls. How do you make a trade with Anaheim and not get Trevor Zegras back? He's from New York. He's a Rangers fan. He told Anaheim that's that is his preferred destination. And then 2 days later, he's on the Flyers now. And then you expect me not to get angry about this. Who sacked Tom Thibodeau? Who did it? Who sacked John Davidson and Jeff Gorton and David Quinn after the Tom Wilson incident? Who did it? Who hired Phil Jackson and didn't even bring Steve Kerr with him when Steve Kerr had a relationship with Phil Jackson because he coached him for years and Steve Kerr was going to be coach of the Knicks? Who made that call? Who traded the entire team for Carmelo Anthony and then gave him a max extension? Who traded for Tim Hardaway Jr. and gave him a max extension? Who did it? The wannabe Indiana Jones did it. And all of you not calling it out, I will. You want to be content creators. You want to get a job with an MSG company. Fuck that. We haven't won a championship in years for both teams. It's if you combine both, I've said this, it's been 28 years. So 28 times 2 cuz there's 2 teams in MSG. That's 56 plus the 2 NBA cups. So you add that to it. I'll take an NBA cup right now. Can I just see a trophy at MSG for the love of God? So that's 58. He's 0 for 58. Not a single trophy has been lifted since this management team has taken over. And why? Because it's all a profit-making model. Let's show this video. I'm not a Bill Simmons guy. Actually, I don't dislike him as a human. I think he's a terrible sports personality. Right? Yeah, just like you, Bob Costas. You ever talk shit about wrestling again, I'm coming for you too. James Dolan always votes against any change. So recently it came out that the NBA wants to expand. So I'll set the table. The NBA wants to expand to 2 more teams. James Dolan doesn't want that because he wants more of the TV revenue and like the basketball, like whatever that the basketball sharing revenue that the league makes, whatever. He doesn't want more teams getting a slice of that pie. So but it came out that he constantly votes against almost any rule change that doesn't specifically benefit Madison Square Garden Sports Corporation. At the board of governors meeting for NHL and NBA, it's always 29 other teams passed the rule change or the new policy, and it's always one voting against it. Guess who it is? Take a wild guess. Let's show it. Yeah, that's right. I saw him. Take that stupid hat off, dude. You're not Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones actually was cool, and he found rare artifacts, and he dated hot women. Well, he does have a nice little 24-year-old girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, you don't want to talk about you don't want to talk about that part of it. You don't want to talk about the other side of it. Yeah, that episode's coming too. You don't want to talk about that other side. Yeah, there's So this guy single-handedly took two storied franchises, heritage, tradition, culture, and put it in the bin. Why? Because it's all about money. It's a financial asset. It's a business. These people have the nerve to charge six figures for tickets for a team that hasn't won a championship in 52 years. And then we run up all the PR. We start showing Kardashian and Chalamet, or I don't think she's a Kardashian. I think I have that wrong. The Jenner, but she's we've talked about this before. They want to show them. They want to show the Law and Order cast. Spike Lee, he's a real one though. Spike Lee is a real fan. I'm not coming for Spike Lee. I'm coming for the and Chalamet too. He's a real fan. Since he was a little child. Not them. I'm talking about the Jenners / Kardashians. I'm talking about those type of fans. Why are they part of the ethos of the Knicks now? Why? Celebrity Row. You know who controls Celebrity Row. You know who gets to put people where they need to sit. Because I think the way the tickets work is you buy a ticket in Celebrity Row, and Big Daddy Bollocks tells you where you're gonna sit. Because him and his 24-year-old girlfriend need to sit somewhere too. They want to be seen. Yeah, I just can't stand this guy. And it's like I said, it's not just him. Don't come for just him. It's the whole board, and it's the fan base that allows this shit to happen. We need to be harder. I'm not saying go on a full-on strike against the Knicks. No, we got to support the team. Stop going to the game. That's why I like what the Knicks fans were doing outside. They weren't all at the game. Yeah, I like that. The partying outside, that's awesome. Some people think it's obnoxious, but I disagree. Some of the fans, obviously, you can't speak for everyone, but we need to keep supporting the team, but stop buying Knicks merchandise. Stop paying to go to get these outrageous prices to go to the game. We need to take a stand. Same thing with the Rangers. We gutted out the entire team once before when we did the rebuild in 2018. We gutted out the entire team. And then instead, we rebuilt a team that made a couple of Eastern Conference finals, never made it to a Stanley Cup final. Kind of a fraudulent team backed by goaltending. Again, because we've been backed by goaltending for, I would say, like 20 years now, since Lundqvist was installed as the first starter, as the number one goalie. 20 years. We've been living on goaltending for 20 years. We've had Lundqvist, shout out Hank, every time, my brother. And then Igor. We're relying on elite goaltending, world-class goaltending for 20 years. And the roster management and the player deployment has been shit. And you want to know why? Because all the coaches are retreads. They're yes men. Except Dan Quinn, who's a rookie, who flopped tremendously. And now we brought him back. Now he's an assistant coach again. We fired him as a head coach, and then you bring him back as an assistant. What the fuck is going on in this organization? How is he a coach in the team again when he failed miserably? He didn't make the playoffs once if it wasn't for the COVID bubble that sort of manipulated him into getting a playoff, coaching in the playoffs. He's never once coached a real playoff game. He only coached when there's like 20 teams in the playoffs. Now he's back. Meanwhile, the coach that we had in in Hartford in the AHL, guess what he did? He went to the Cup Finals in his first year with the Edmonton Oilers and his second year with the Edmonton Oilers. What phase is he in? What phase is Chris Knobloch in? 2 years as a head coach, 2 Stanley Cup Finals appearances. But instead, you want Gerard Gallant, Peter Laviolette. Why? Because they'll be yes men to the old regime. I'm tired of this nonsense, dude. And this needs to be called out. Now, there's other things on the personal side that we'll get into later in the summer. But just in terms of running an organization, it's so apparent that, yeah, I don't even need I had the composition notebook. I don't even need this shit anymore, dude. We're just going freestyling. I had some bullet points I wanted to hit. We don't need it now. I'm just flowing. Why does this organization, it's clear as day that it doesn't matter as long as the valuation of the teams are, both of them are in the top 3 in each league, and probably in like the top, I would say like the top 25 in the world in all of sports. It doesn't matter. Winning doesn't matter. Why? How have we gotten to a point where winning doesn't matter? And it's been allowed to happen by the fans. No pressure. I think they're starting to get a little bit of pressure now. The players, we've talked about the players enough. They want to be celebrities. Most of them. Some of them actually want to win. Fair play. I'm talking about upper management and ownership. That's what we're doing today. We were going to talk about SmackDown. I wanted to talk about wrestling. I wanted to have fun. SmackDown was pretty good from the little I saw. Can't talk about that now because I'm angry. And also go to the Drax Life. There's a great episode. That's why I'm late. I'm going to reiterate that. Go to the Drax Life. It's a great episode this weekend. It's going to be out soon. Go like it, subscribe, put some comments in. Go to the shorts, like them, support Chris Corvo, support the channel. As for this channel, it's not going to last long, especially not after the episodes that are coming out later. It's probably going to be done. I don't give a shit. I'm not in it for this. I have my job. I don't want money, or I've said this numerous times. I'm not in it to try to make a career out of it. I'm in this to call them out. To call out the wrongins in the game. I lost my track. I'm sorry. I lost track of where I was going. Oh, so winning. Yeah. No, we already know the players want to raise their profile. They want to be Instagram influencers. They want to be entrepreneurs and whatever. All right. I'm not saying, I'm saying a good amount. I'm not saying most of them. The majority want to still win. It's the management and the ownership that doesn't give a shit about winning. It's all this kindergarten model of every team has to be super young so that we can sell the 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 prospect of being good one day, or we can sell. The Rangers did it expertly. We have 17 draft picks. We have 10 first round picks. We're gonna have a great young team. This was only like 7 years ago. We're going to have a great young team, and then we're going to compete for 10 years. How did that go? Arsenal Football Club, the same thing. The New York Knicks, the same thing. I know we don't have to talk about Chelsea anymore. The wrongins. Now Walter wants to buy the Los Angeles Kings, and so he has they have the Clowns have the Lakers, the Sparks, and the Dodgers. Now they want the Rams, which they're never going to get from the Cronkies, and the Kings, which they might be able to get. They're the Cronky. I mean, if the Cronkies go into business with the Clowns, with Blueco and TWG and Eldridge and Clear Lake, I'm done with Arsenal. I'm done. I'm telling you right now. If that happens, I'm done. And then I'll expose. Josh Kroenke coming out saying some wild shit about, oh yeah, we're the second apron of the tax bracket. Fuck off, man. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, we're gonna try to keep. I think it's what's his name? Their best player, Jokic. Um, I bet you he's gonna use the funds that he gets from Arsenal to try to pay him, because we all know Arsenal's a insurance policy for Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. So in case something happens with the Rams, the Avalanche, or the Nuggets, he always can rely on Arsenal to make money. We're literally an insurance policy for KSE. That's why we don't win shit. And then we're gonna buy players like Christian Norgard. We're gonna buy these mid players. Kepa, another Chelsea reject, purchased by Arsenal. Jorginho, Kepa, David Luiz, Willian. I'm missing one more. There's one more I'm missing. Whatever. The people in the comments will know. There's one more big one. Why do we keep doing this? It's just yeah, I'm at the end of the rope right now. I'm at the end. Yeah. And you fans, you've allowed this to happen. Yeah, you have to start calling them out. You can do, like I said, if anyone takes anything away from this channel, you have the power to make the change. I'm actually not negative. I'm positive. I'm telling you, you as a fan, you have power to create the change. But no, everyone's lazy. Everyone just wants to be part of the club. Drink the Kool-Aid. It's becoming a cult. I bet Arsenal's already finished with the Arteta and his coaching staff. That's already a cult. The same thing is happening with the Rangers. Like there's Rangers fans telling me, "Oh, we're just retooling." What the fuck does that mean? And then Knicks fans, "Oh, we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's relax. It's the first time in 25 years." Yeah, why was it the first time in 25 years? Why? We didn't win shit. We didn't even make the final. Oh, it's progress. Fuck the progress. I don't trust processes. I trust trophies. You trust the PR OSIS. You let them manipulate and control your mind into thinking that the Knicks actually have a chance to win, or the Rangers. The Rangers are embarrassing. Half of the team is gone from a Eastern Conference Finals team, which I don't even rate at all. There's no trophy for making the semifinal. What trophy do you get for making the semifinal? Now the team is gut out. The coaching staff is completely new. The team is going to be completely new. And then, when we started the rebuild, when they sent out that letter, February 2018, let's have it right. James Dolan, yeah, put out that letter to February 2018. We're going to rebuild. We'll be back. Yeah, we did it, and we still failed every time. And you know why? Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And all the yes men that are lined up at MSG Sports Corporation, they don't know what the fuck they're doing anyway. They don't have a Scooby either. But you know what they are good at, which I will give them credit for. You know what they are good at? They're good at generating revenue and increasing the evaluation of the franchise financially. They are good at that. And I can't take that away from them. And what they also are good at are hiring social media and marketing and communications and PR teams to spin everything around like everything is hunky dory. It ain't. We will never win a championship the way this current setup is. If you're cool with that, how can you be cool with that? If you are cool with that, I would question your fandom. How can you be cool with that? Saying, I just want to participate. I just want to be on the dance floor. Imagine going to the club, yeah, being on the dance floor and never taking or meeting a girl and having the potential to, what if that becomes your wife and the mother of your kids and it's a beautiful family? Imagine just going to a club just to dance on the dance floor. You're on the dance floor, respect, but that's all the Knicks and the Rangers do. They're on the dance floor. Just like Sean Connery said in The Rock, 1996, one of the best action movies, maybe the greatest action movie of all time. Let's have it right. Losers whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. When is the Knicks and Rangers perennial losers? Because all we care about is like, I tried my best. I was in the mix. Nah, we need the prom queen. That's this. That's what I want to see. Then we can dance all night long. I'll be the first, like I said, I'll be the first fucking one there. All right, now the Trevor Zegras trade. That was the final straw for me. I don't know why it was for me, but that might have been that's one of the final straws for me. A player that we've been tracking for a while, that's I know for a fact because I know people that played hockey with him and grew up with him. He wanted to come to the Rangers. And he let Anaheim know that. How do you make a trade and trade Chris Kreider, who was on the Rangers for 14 years, and you take a pick and a prospect back? How do you not get Trevor Zegras in that deal? I know why. Because someone vetoed it. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. What's happening in New York sports? If the Yankees better win this year. If Aaron Judge has another bad playoff, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. The Knicks will make the playoffs again next year. If there's I want to see significant upgrades this offseason. If I'm not cool with just making the playoffs and losing, what kind of bullshit is that? The Rangers, as of right now, the Rangers ain't making the playoffs. You could just write them off. Because we are just in all kinds of problems right now. Mike Sullivan is a good coach, though. That's a experienced coach that I like. But what we should have done is just promoted Chris Knobloch. And I've said this. There's receipts. I said this 2 years ago. I said this. Just make Chris Knobloch the coach. Fuck Peter Laviolette. He's only good for one season. Look at the history of his coaching. He's always good in his first season, and then it's capitulation every single time. Go look it up. He's good short term in a short term 1 year turnaround, and then it's capitulation. And now he's like Gallant. His strategy is I don't want to say archaic, but it's damn near it. It's damn near it. Stop with the retreads. We should have had Chris Knobloch, and then look at what he's doing with Edmonton. Even though he hasn't gotten over the line yet, he's only been an NHL coach for 2 years. He's made the Stanley Cup final both times. It's ridiculous, dude. And he was our minor league coach for 4 years. It's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. It's just I have to laugh because then I'll just get angrier. And the same thing with Aaron Boone. You better win a fucking title at some point, man, or you gotta go too. I'm tired of this shit. How do these under Big George? You think he would keep this job this long with no championships? No chance. No chance. We'll end it on this because it's getting late. Jesus, it's our episode went late, so I don't know, man. James Dolan giving the keys to Isaiah Thomas. We talked about this last weekend. That ruined the Knicks. He ruined the Knicks by giving Isaiah Thomas full control. He was the coach and like president. So I think he was above the GM. He might have been the GM. I'm not sure I have those facts right, so correct me if I'm wrong. But he was the coach and he controlled personnel too, and like acquisitions and departures, not just who plays on the court. Because these boys with dun, 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 fuck you. And then we've been trying to climb out of that hole ever since. And the Rangers, the same thing. It's like the Torts era wasn't that great. We were decent though. At least the team played hard. The David Quinn era was an absolute shambles. That's because that wasn't really more MSG Corp. That was more Jeff Gordon, the Boston connection, being that was dumb. That was just what a shit coach. He's coached 2 teams. He's gotten fired in under 3 years in both of them. And now he brought him back. It's just hilarious. It's so ridiculous, dude. It's so ridiculous. The AV, that was a retread. Vigneault was a retread. Gallant was a retread. Laviolette was a retread. Vigneault actually had a little bit of success, but he was too stubborn. Like, he was scratching Pavel Buchnevich. Think about that. Buchnevich is one of the best wingers in pro hockey. Getting scratched by Alain Vigneault because he wanted more jam. The amount of bad decisions we've on both sides, amount of bad contracts the Rangers and Knicks have given out, the amount of bad trades both teams have made. It's just so jarring. And you know who's the main constant in all of this that's been happening. Like, what more do you need to see? How much more of a sample size do you need to see? Is 28 years not enough? Nothing in 28 years at Madison Square Garden. But he has a nice little fucking globe in Las Vegas. Yeah, he was concentrating on that, weren't you? Fuck, this is just. All right, we're gonna wrap it there. We should have gone Zegras. That just sent me over the edge. Should have gone Zegras. The fans, we need, the other fans, I'll never stop calling them out, but fans need to start waking up and start calling out this ownership group. And the media, obviously, there's shills in the pocket. Stop believing the corporate media. Don't ever believe the corporate media, because and James Dolan, he just shows you the type of person he is when he's voting against any type of rule change and any type of expansion that'll hurt his pocket. That shows you what he really cares about. He doesn't want there to be more parity in the league, because then you have to spread the money around more. 29 votes for yes to 1, and look who it is. Consistently, he does it. And he doesn't even show up himself, because he's a coward. Sends one of his cronies to do it. I gotta before I get. I've worked. It's 1:22 in the morning, and I've worked myself up. We need to chill for a little bit. We'll be back next week. Check out the Drax Life. This is a shorter one today. I want to talk about SmackDown, but I can't. My mind is too distracted. Night of Champions is tomorrow. There's a couple good matches, actually. There's a couple really. Randy Orton, not Randy Orton. Yeah, he is. Who is he fighting? I forgot. See, my head's gone. He was just in the ring with him at SmackDown. Cody and CM Punk against John Cena for the last time. Another rivalry that's been going for like 15 years. It's not going to be the best match of Night of Champions, but it'll be, in terms of the spectacle, it'll be good. See, look how much more chill I am when I start talking about wrestling. All right. On that note, we'll see you next week. I know I said I was going to be earlier, but then we had to record a special episode of Drax Life, which is going to be fantastic. So my stream got pushed back. But next week for sure, it's going to be Independence Day. It's July 4th. I'll still go live if people want to watch it. I'll still go live. I'll go live earlier. But that one, Yeah, that might actually like Independence Day night might be good. Like right after the fireworks, I'll go live. All right. I'll see everyone next week. Have a good night. Hope you're happy, healthy, successful, doing well, winning in life. We're out.